Tell me about your move to Darling. Why Darling?
Well, it was a public holiday that wasn't a public holiday, 1995. It was the old Ascension Day, Hemelvaartdag.
Yeah.
Beautiful day, and I thought, no, I'm just going to, McGregor. Somebody said McGregor's so pretty. I'll go and look at McGregor. Klim in die car down. Went to, drove, McGregor. Where the hell am I now? I mean, Darling, what the hell am I doing here? I took a wrong turning. You know, it's like going to China and I'm in Brazil. I mean, couldn't have been more ridiculous. I thought, okay, Darling. I remember last time I was in Darling was when I was in the Navy in Saldanha, when we came through to go home to Cape Town for a weekend off, and the bus stopped at the Darling railway station where we had a meat pie. Now I own the railway station.
Yes.
How's that?
Yes.
And then it took us a Pa used to drive us in the Austin Prefect to Darling to look at the Blomme, and that was a journey that took 4 hours in those days from Cape Town. There was a little restaurant in Darling that did schnitzel, so I thought I'd have a schnitzel, but I was too early, so the man said, go and look around a bit and then come back in an hour. And there was a lady outside selling a house, and she'd been at my show at the Baxter the week before, and she said, what are you doing here? I said, I was supposed to be in McGregor. She said, not McGregor. She said, get in the car, I'll drive you around. Fine. So she drives me in a pretty town. She said, there's one house we're selling. It's an open day. It's an impossible house. It's been empty for 7 years. It's a mess. And I go down next to the NG Kerk, and there, next to all the elephant glass, is this old Victorian house with, you know, with a few shutters. It's like an old lady with no teeth, you know. And I just thought, I must have this house. So I bought it in the car.
Why?
I don't know.
What does that do?
I don't know. Now I can tell you what it was. Instinct. I've also learned never ignore your instinct. You don't understand it, but you ignore it at your peril.
But what is it that caught your heart?
No, just old Victorian house over veranda. I have no idea. Die gogga het gepraat hier agter, the little green man. Anyway, so I bought the house. I went back to Cape Town. I said, I bought a house in Darling. People said, you're mad. Do you know how good that is? Mad means nobody's thought about it.
Yes.
If they'd said, great, they would have thought about it. Then there are fingerprints on what you've done. So it just
Where were you living before?
I was living in the gardens. I just bought a house in the gardens. I mean, why do I need another house? In fact, I went back the week afterwards to actually say, listen, I made a mistake. And as I sat in front of the house and I looked at it, I thought, a little car stopped and a big blonde boy in jeans got out and he said, you've just bought this house. And I just wanted to say, yes, but I'm going to... And he said, I've restored Victorian houses. I've just come from London. Can I do this house as a showcase? Okay.
You were led.
I'm telling you. And then 6 months later, when the carpenter was moving out of Darling and he used the old station, the abandoned station, as his little studio, they said, can you use the old station as a storeroom for Evita's schooner? So I said, yeah, 70 rand a month rental. But the moment I stood there next to the rail line and the train rattled through, I thought, wag 'n bietjie, Evita se perron. Perron is Afrikaans for station platform. Evita perron. Evita,
Of course.
Bezuidenhout.
Yes.
So we built a little stage, and for a year we had a show on every Sunday at 12 o'clock. We didn't have a dressing room, so I used to put Evita together in my house, opposite the NG Kerk. And when Evita left the house being bluffed at by the dogs, the church came out, and the people would come out of the NG Kerk as Evita got into the concert. Mevrou Bezuidenhout, welkom, ons is so bly jy is hier so. En die dominee kom skud hand, and I thought, where in the world? Where in the world?
Yes.
So, of course, the name of the town is Darling, which is, of course, English for Scotty. And it's nearly 20 years old. Next year, we've been there for 20 years.